Nifty is down about 41 odd points, 8,328. First day of correction in the last 6 to 7 days that we are seeing. One sector that has done very well is the PSU banking space, especially the mid PSU banking space. To get a perspective further on that, Siddharth Purohit, Senior Equity Research Analyst Banking from Angel Broking, now joins us. Siddharth, what's the view as far as PSU banks are concerned? Is it something that you would want to take a bet on despite the recent run-up?
In fact, if you see in last 1 month or so post the Q4 result, all PSU banks have seen the sharp run-up, and particularly after the view that was given by State Bank of India that the stress on that book is very low compared to what the market was estimating. And since then, a couple of more developments has happened, like the RBI coming with the S4A scheme, wherein normally some large stress accounts will be restricted, which is more favorable to the banks also. So now the point is that possibly the provisioning requirement could marginally come down than what earlier was thought about. But what I believe is that the current quarter numbers or maybe the coming quarter's numbers will not really be that great. And even I'm surprised with the way PSU banks has gone up despite the fact that the numbers will not be that great. So I'll still not bet on PSU banks at this moment, and I believe that FY17, the entire year, could be challenging in terms of profitability. So I'm still not really very hopeful for the financial turnaround for this year. So I would not go and buy at this level. But what I would say is that there is a structural change happening. Even government is talking about that incremental capital increase and more over and above the 25,000 crore what they had earlier planned. So certain things are moving in favor of PSU banks, and we are seeing that turning into that stock prices going up. But if you talk about pure operating performance, then possibly FY17 will not really be a kind of sharp improvement. The way what we look at. So I believe that I'll not go and bet on PSU banks at this level. There could be some more rally, I don't deny that, but I'll certainly not go and buy. But let me generalize, clarify that we don't generalize all PSU banks. There are a couple of banks which are more strong in terms of balance sheet, like SBI and BOB, where you could see that stock stabilizing. But rest all PSU banks, a lot of banks we have seen rallying without much of substantial improvement in the operating numbers. So I will still refrain from buying PSU banks at this level.
Right. Do you think the markets are trying to factor in that there could be an M&A sort of a possibility going ahead in the smaller ones, where the value could be higher because of the franchise value that some of these banking names have?
Yeah, that is one of the prime reason I would say that post SBI's merger with their associate banks. There has been a kind of always hope that and even the finance ministry has said that India needs 7-8 strong banks rather than 20-30 smaller one banks. So there is a need for consolidation, and it is going to happen. But I think that government will take time to materialize, because merging the weak banks altogether is not a solution, and merging the weaker banks with the stronger one will create a problem for the strong banks also. So now the choice is that which bank should be merged with which one. So now the process is on, and I think it should be done. But time will say that which bank should get merged with which set of banks. So the entire rally seems to be happening based on the hope that the mergers will happen, and that the minority shareholders of those respective PSU banks will get a better deal. But if you talk about pure merger, then that is not the solution, because the issue of NPA and capital adequacy still remains. And despite merger, those set of banks will need capital, and the asset quality will continue to haunt them. So I believe that it is very early to start discounting that FY19 numbers and to start buying. So if I talk about 17 numbers, then certainly there are troubles left in the balance sheet, and 18 could see some revival.
Right. IndusInd Bank will declare numbers on 11th. What are the expectations? Will it be strong as ever?
IndusInd, I don't have a coverage, so I don't have a target price and rating, but the bank has always delivered good numbers every quarter. So there should not be any negative surprise. but I don't have a kind of target price or coverage on that, so I cannot comment on that. But certainly private banks, as I have said in my previous call with you also, that private banks will not have any negative surprise during this quarter, and that is true for almost all the large private sector banks. But possibly, as I said, that PSU could again turn out to be a negative surprise. I mean, I won't be surprised if there is a very bad set of numbers for this quarter as well, because the spillover for Q4 in terms of asset quality could come in this quarter also. So PSU could again disappoint in this quarter, and private could again outperform as far as the numbers are concerned.
Right, Siddharth. Thank you so much for taking out time for us. Hope you have a great day going ahead. We're taking a break, but before we take a break, let's listen to Vibhav Kapoor.